everybody. I'm really glad I didn't get this patient. This was, it looked super difficult when I edited this in. This is a post-infection removal by the lovely Miss Taylor Green. That's tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
I can see by the length of the video, this took me quite a while to clear. The patient essentially had been to the doctors, had an ear infection, had got given an antibiotic spray for the ear, and what the spray, what you tend to find the spray does, it's really effective at fighting and killing off the infection, but what it does is it does this, and it basically makes everything really, really tough and solid. I could see this was going over the front of the eardrum as well. I was thinking, this is going to take a while. Sometimes they come away really easy, and then other times they just come away in little tiny bits, and they're just really faffy to try and kind of.
I think the way you've got to think about this is this. Imagine this was lava, right? That's a great analogy, because imagine this is like lava. So originally, when it comes out, is molten, right? So we're looking at a layer of kind of liquid infection, and then what happens is as we go into it there and we put the antibiotic spray on top of it, what happens then is it just starts to harden the surface of it, and it becomes a really hard plate on there. I got Meta glasses. I just accidentally touched. I know I got Spotify playing in my glasses a minute, so I got AC/DC playing.
I can actually hear it.
Can you hear that?
I can hear a little
I don't know.
bit.
Thunderstruck just suddenly came through my glasses, which is really bizarre. What you end up with then is this really kind of thick, hardened layer, don't you? It's really difficult to remove.
And sometimes, if the infection is still kind of lingering, you'll get this like wet, almost discharge consistency that's very, very deep in the ear still.
How far back around to come there just to try and find the edge of this plate that's in there.
That's basically what I'm trying to do, is just find a little bit of a ledge there, so you can see I'm just starting to kind of like chip away at it, just to try and get some form peel.
How hard, how stuck to the canal wall skin that is.
And I was going
to say you want this to peel all the way down.
That's what I was hoping for. I was going to say you can sometimes see like little tiny dry bits kind of like flicking off the sides there. God. There's another bit with the forceps coming away. Nice.
Now this is hard because with this now you can't pull straight.
No.
Because it's all stuck really firmly to the canal wall, so you've almost got to pull down to peel and then pull forwards to remove.
I can feel the resistance. You can see it's like kind of peeling away little bits, and it's
dropped, isn't it, from the ceiling?
Yeah. But it's just you can see as we got like.
Oh, that's so satisfying, Taylor Green.
So there's a bit of swelling, I think, that's still present in the ear as well. I don't think this is kind of fully healed. Just because you can see it's all like really puffy, the ear canal, and it's really small. Not so much narrow, but it's just small.
Overall, kind of.
Yeah. So just try and.
I really want that so badly to peel. Oh, is it gonna peel?
Well, that was a quick transition then.
It was, wasn't it? That's my superior editing skills. That was, but keep the action going. Keep the action going, Taylor Green.
Keep it going. We got this dry, like thin layer. This is basically just dried up discharge and bits of dead skin that we're taking away here. So I'm slowly trying to get I'm trying to bunch it into the section too. Yeah. So I've got the fine end on here. Now the fine end is a little attachment that we use for our standard size tube, which is a smaller diameter essentially, and it's a lot more effective at taking this smaller, kind of thinner, little pieces of skin away.
I think it's something like the standard size on is like 14 gauge tube, and I think the fine end is an 18 gauge tube. Anyone does it with the electrical wires and stuff like that? That's the gauges.
I don't really bother with electrical wires, to be honest.
No, I did some. I had to buy wiring because I made a neon sign, a fake neon sign. If anyone's in, you know Mr. Peaks from Call of Duty?
Not sure.
The rabbit from Zombies, Mr. Peaks. Oh,
I probably have seen it.
I made one of them anyway, and I did it, and I had to wire. The first time I ever soldered or wired anything, and I made a blue neon Mr. Peaks with a.
Well.
Yeah, it actually turned out all right.
I forgot you got one of those little machines, you know.
Yeah, printies.
Oh, so we did manage to actually get quite a bit away from down over the eardrum. So this is the other side now. So that was obviously as much as I could do on that side. I've basically said to the patient, look, it still looks inflamed. It still looks like there's some swelling there. You know, now that we've cleared all of that, like dead, you know, that dry skin, that dry discharge. If the patient, depends really on how it does look on the day, doesn't it? Because we sometimes say to patients, look, I still think there is signs of infection still there. But now that all of that, you know, material has been cleared, the spray will work better, and you know we'll clear up the inflammation, the swelling. Can't even speak properly today. Oh, look at this side though. This is absolutely solid.
I'm looking at it, Taylor, going, this is probably more difficult than the other one.
I think it is, to be honest, because it's rock hard. And you know, I think this patient if I can remember, I think this patient travelled quite far as well for the appointment, and just kind of
even the Rosin inserter in there looks wide compared to the piece of wax. I mean, fair play to you, but to get under that, you know, that is like a fraction of the size of the tip of the Rosin inserter, and you're managing to get in there. That's good. That's good work.
The patient was like a trooper, though, to be fair, because you know. It's a horrible feeling anyway when something is this hard and you'd like moving it around, but fair play, she just sat through the whole thing. I'm trying to see if I can, because there's a little gap just above it. I'm just trying to see if I can lift the whole thing. It's not doing much.
It's kind of welded onto the canal, isn't it? It's not really, because in an ideal world you'd be able to get in that teeny tiny little gap at the top, but the angle for that to get that Rosin inserter in there, you'd have to go in like the Rosin inserter like this.
Yeah, and this is near enough right up against the eardrum as well. Patient had admitted historically of using cotton buds. Not recently, but this is why you can see it all really dry, solid and welded. Patients just basically used cotton buds, and this is the sort of finishing product of what you get when you use cotton buds. So try not to use them if you can help it.
One of our he's a lovely patient of ours. He came through, and every time I see him, bless him, I say, like, you just throw him out, don't use him, because every single time he comes through, it's pushed up against the eardrum, and it's pushed into all the like anterior recess and everything.
Oh gosh,
you can see it. You gingerly.
I'm just trying to see if there's any kind of gap there.
See, this would be one. You know, I said the other day I snipped the Rosin inserter down.
I would, yeah.
It would probably be a nice one just to get a little bit of purchase at the top without going too far back.
Yeah, you can see it's starting to move. Patient couldn't believe the difference. Didn't actually think, just thought her hearing was getting worse on this side. So this has been like this for years. Patient couldn't believe the difference once this eventually comes away. I wouldn't have posted this otherwise if I didn't clear it up, so I hope it is clear.
It is clear.
It is. Oh, sorry, that's okay. It just makes your heart sink when you look inside someone's ears and you see it like this, like all welded and solid.
It's alright if it stays together as one big piece, and when you pull it, it all sort of moves. And when it crumbles like this one does, that's when it becomes super difficult. This might make a difference now. Yeah,
I popped a little bit of oil in because I've started to lift it slightly. That's why I've put the oil in, to try and get around those little gaps. And you can just see a little gap appearing now, not just to the side there. So I'm going to just try and just gently sort of move this around a little bit, just to try and get some of that oil underneath. Still not doing my swap, but to the standard size tube here now, you can see the difference of the size of the suction tubes. I was just kind of hopeful that I was going to get a really good grip on this piece of wax, so I could just hold it and start to pull it forwards. It's moving a little bit more than what it was at the start. Doesn't look like I've got anywhere, but
it's just having that one little bit that you can just get the end of the forceps onto that just holds as you clamp onto it.
I've got to be cautious of the ear canal as well. I can't.
That's not going to work. I thought that was going to work. I might do, actually. Oh, that's firmly wedged in there, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least we're, every time we take a little bit away, we are creating a little bit more space. So at least we should be able to. I was just trying to use the bottom jaw just try and lift a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, you can see. Such a frustrating one to do. I'm glad I cleared it eventually. Cause I like you said on last video, I was almost kind of in an arm whether to say to the patient, look, we need to get you back after using, I would have probably recommended a slightly stronger drop in this ear, like a sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, just to try and break it up a little bit.
Yeah. I can see what you're doing. You're trying to see where it's held.
Yeah, there we are. So that's that little bit that started moving earlier. Look how stacked to the ear canal that is, though. I'm peeling it, and the whole layer is all stuck to that ear canal.
The thing is, it doesn't get this way naturally either, does it? So this has been kind of squished in with a cotton bud.
Yeah, like I said, I did query it at one point, because I think as we started to break it apart, you could see like little fibres coming away, and I was like, So I did ask her, have you been using anything to try and clear your ears? She was like, yes. I do admit to it. She said I did used to use them a long time ago, but has obviously kind of learned a lesson. So this had obviously blocked up at one point, but patients obviously just gotten used to it and forgot about it.
You can see those layers of dry skin peeling off as well at the back end of this plug.
I think there's a point here now that we do start getting a really good grip. I can't remember if I put more oil in.
It's lifting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's lifting. Oh, God, sorry, man.
Sorry?
This cough can go away now. I've had enough of it.
And they always look, these little pieces, they look massive on the camera, but when we pull them out and put them on the paper, the patient's like, oh, is that it?
I know.
It looks tiny on the
thing is, it feels huge inside you as well, doesn't it?
We're almost
it's going, Taylor. It's going. I got every faith this is going to go. And because we're coming towards the end of the video, so something's going to happen. It's going to be there, or it's not, isn't it?
I remember this now. I think it just kind of pulls straight forwards.
Shut up.
I think there was just one little bit that we managed to lift, and I think the whole thing rolls forwards or pings out of the recess. Oh no! Oh, I must do it with the forceps then. No.
Not quite.
Ooh, I'm basically brushing the ear canal there. There we are. A little bit of a pull now.
That was in there absolutely solidly, wasn't it?
Got a little bit more of a ledge. I've stretched it a little bit. Oh, here it comes.
That's gotta feel a relief when that come away like that.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's looking actually really, really healthy behind. There's no ruler shot, sorry guys, because I kind of put it in after I threw it all away. I wasn't going to use it because it was so long, but I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a bit of a challenge.
That was a tough one, but fair play.
Back was off after it.
I bet. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching our video today. If you do enjoy the videos, don't forget we'd really, really appreciate it if you could like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe for us. There's loads of people watching the videos that don't subscribe, so make sure you smash that button as well. And if you are watching this on YouTube, there will be a link to another video up here somewhere. But in the meantime, guys, as always, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another. Myself and the lovely Mr. Taylor Green will see you again soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.